Well, hello, everybody. It's Marilyn Price. Oh, that's actually not Marilyn Price. That's a hat. It looks like it has eyeballs all over it. Is that not like the best hat? Are you ready? Here, I am going to wear it for just a second. I was going to wear it as the wise woman, but I decided that I am going to use it as a prop. And it was given to me by a dear friend long, long time ago because she thought it made the perfect puppet prop. So it will be, but it's not on my head, not for today. Today's story is made up of all sorts of memories, things that I've acquired, but the most important thing here on the mentor page, as we always know, is the mentor project. We need to teach. So the other day, I had my very special guest in my studio. Her name is Romy Labno. She was spending a little time with me. Um, Transparency is she is my granddaughter, and I asked her if she would help me create and produce this show. And she said, sure, school's not starting for another week. Let's do it. And so we had a great time. And I gave her stuff. And the stuff, most important to know, is that I acquired while helping my friend's children clean out her apartment last week or the week before. And this was extra stuff. So here's about stuff, folks. We acquire stuff. And some of the stuff is treasures and memories, and some of it is just stuff. So this is both of those things. And I love my friend Haima very much. Her name, an unusual name, means life. And that is even more important for this remarkable story, which, by the way, it's very, very old, or the root of it is very old. And I've told it a bunch of times in different ways. But for today, I have taken some mementos from our cleanup and made them into stories. And Haima would love that. Haima was notable for being an educator, a teller of tales, a really good traveling buddy for me, and so many other things. So one of her sons, as we were cleaning up the kitchen, found this thing. I'd like to tell you what it is, but I don't know. I think it was for crumbs, maybe getting crumbs off the table. So Josh, who's also a bit of an artist, took a piece of paper, ripped it off, and made me this character for our story. So this character had me thinking about all the other kitchen things I was going to take away that were extras and not really very usable anymore. But I thought, this could be the hero of our story. So this is, and I'm going to call him appropriately Josh. And he lives, I'm going to put him right over here till we start our story and introduce you to the other characters. So one of the things I told Romy, and I'm going to tell you, is that sometimes you look at something and you think, oh, I know what that is. That's a strainer. And you'd be right. But if you look really carefully at it, I want you to look really carefully at it. You know what these are for? In the strainer world, if you sit it on the edge of a pot, it'll sit there by itself and you can strain things through it. But if you look really carefully at it, it could look like a cat. Exactly what Romy and I thought too. So I had her take some yarn, make a yarn ball, which is appropriate for a cat, right? And stick it right in there. Here it goes. Now, because this is a puppet studio and we have many, 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 many things around, including old fashioned pipe cleaners. These are the kind that actually cleaned pipes. And of course, I have eyeballs in my house, but you could use stickers. And there it is. It's a cat. And the cat's name is Whiskers. Now, not quite appropriate because it's not a whisk. So this cat didn't like his name, so we gave him a new name. He said, he said, woof woof. Give the cat. This is a cat. Cats don't say woof woof. Did you do that because I messed up? No, you did that just to be funny. Meow. He said yes. So this cat's name, who has been under a great deal of strain, is Pressure the cat. Pressure. So we're going to put Pressure over here because he's really precious. Now, there is a whisk in this story. And here's the whisk. Now, for those of you who don't know what a whisk is, Let me see if I can get a little closer to the screen for you. If you look really carefully, because Romy already fixed it all up, you can see this here. And then there's a whisk piece there. Yep. And what you do is you put it in usually eggs or some batter and you whisk. So I'm going to turn a puppet up on top of its head, and that's the way it would go. Am I making you dizzy? Woof. Sorry. Now this is a woof. Ready? There he goes. So Romy did that. She made another one of those balls, stuck it in the whisk, and then decided it needed to be sort of kind of like a French poodle. Maybe it would even be responsible for making croissants, right? So this is Whiskers the cat. Oh, and Whiskers the cat has a tail. We're going to put Whisk over here. We have two other characters right out of Heima's Kitchen. One of them is a trivet. Now, I have to tell you, I looked at that trivet for a long time, and I didn't know exactly what we would do with it, but this is Romy's favorite animal. Now, if you look, I'm going to again come to the screen, try to get me out of the way here. That's a trivet. It's got little trivet feet. You put the hot dish on there, and it doesn't touch the surfaces. So we looked right at it and made it a nose. Again, two eyes. And two very piggy ears. And just in case you weren't paying attention to the front, definitely pay attention to the pigtail in the back. All right, a trivet. And last but not least, not a puppet, but a musical interlude. And if you're ready, this was the first thing I saw in Heima's Kitchen that I loved. And I never used them, but I saw it. And I said to myself, this has to be treasured. And I don't know many people have them. They don't make them out of this material anymore. They make them out of plastic. So are you ready? I'm going to come again close to the screen. All right, here it is. It's called an egg slicer. So we can make two noises out of it to introduce our program. You can lay it on my palm of my hand. Whoops, like this. Then, this is cool, a harp. Love it. Now, the egg slicers of today, usually made out of hard plastic, not soft plastic, do have wire. It doesn't hurt. It's kind of old. And these here. And I think you could make something else out of it, but I love that it could do that. And they'll make music as well. So, we now know all the principal characters. We have Josh, who lives in a tiny little house and is very busy all day long. And when he comes home, he likes to do all the things that you do when you come home. And when all is done and all is finished, he, like many of us, likes to have a good night's sleep. And therein lies the problem. So get ready for your part and get ready to start looking at things differently. This here is the house where Josh lives. You're going to see why that's important. Josh lives on this side of town. The wise woman, portrayed by me, lives on this side of town. So we're going to do a lot of coming and going. Not to worry, I will keep it all straight for you. But first, a little musical introduction to our story. Too much noise. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Josh who worked very hard all day long. And when he came home, and after he did his chores at home and ate a good and hearty meal, Josh liked to go to sleep. But the minute that he put his head on the pillow, the leaves on the roof went rustle, 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 and the bed went creak, and the floor went squeak. And every single night, Josh would sit up in bed and say, "This house is too noisy." And finally, he could no longer stand it, and he decided that he would go visit the wise woman who lived on the other side of town. And so he walked. When he got to her house, he knocked. She looked out the window and said, "Oh, there's young Josh. Let me see. what I could do for him. Well, hello, Josh. Why did you come to visit me in the middle of the dark night? Well, I know you don't sleep very well, and so I've come to ask you a favor. A favor for me? Yes. My house is too noisy. His house is too noisy? Well, let me see, let me think. I know. You could get a dog. A dog? I've never had a dog. Maybe if I had a dog, my house wouldn't be so noisy. I think that's an excellent idea. So she bid him good night. Good night, Josh. And Josh went home. But on the way home, he saw a dog. Woof, 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 woof. Are you a dog? Woof. Oh, you are, because you speak dog. Excuse me, dog. I'm wondering if you would like to come home with me. Woof, woof, woof. The dog said yes. And so Josh and the dog went back to his house. The dog went inside the house. And Josh tried to go to sleep. And the minute that he did, the leaves on the roof went rustle, rustle, rustle. And the bed went swaying, the fall went creak. And now the dog went woof, woof. That didn't help. So Josh put the dog back in the house and went over to visit the wise woman. Knock, knock. Well, hello, Josh. Didn't I just send you away? You did, and you told me to get a dog, and I did. Oh, good. How's it going? Not so good. No. How come? Well, we put the dog in the house. Then I put my head on the pillow, and the leaves on the roof went rustle, 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 and the bed went squeak, and the floor went creak, and I can't sleep because now the dog goes woof. What was I thinking? You know what? Maybe you should get a cat. No, I like my dog. Well, why don't you have them both? Okay, thank you very much. He said thank you, and off she went. And on the way home, of course, Josh met a beautiful cat. Meow. Oh, you must be a cat because you say meow. Oh, cat, would you come and stay with me? Meow, 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 which means, of course, yes. So the cat went back home with Josh, and the cat went into the house with the dog that said woof. And then he said, all right, now we're all going to go to sleep. And so they did. They all put their heads on the pillow and leaves, and the roof went rustle, rustle, the bed went squeaking, the floor went creak. And the dog went woof, and the cat went meow. And Josh said, wait a minute. This is worse than before. Now you go in. I will go get the wise woman and ask her. So he did. When he got to the house where the wise woman lived, he knocked on the door. She came out. She said, hello. Oh, my goodness, you look very bedraggled. What is it, young man? Oh, it's worse than ever. Now, not only do the leaves on the roof go rustle, rustle, and the bed goes squeak, and the floor goes creak, but the cat goes meow, and the dog goes woof, woof, woof. I'm going to get a good night's sleep yet, but I don't know where. I tell you what. Look at your hair, young man. Why don't you get a pig? What? A pig. Pigs are lovely companions. Everybody loves a pig. Really? Really. So, what could he do? He found a pig. And the pig was very excited to see him. Oink, 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 said the pig. Oh, pig, come and live with me. Oink, oink. Pig said, sure thing. So he took the pig into the house where now were residing, which means lived in, one dog that said, woof, one cat that said, meow, and now one pig that said oink, oink. So they all put their heads on the pillow and leaves the roof on rustle, rustle, and the bed went squeak, and the floor went creak, and the cat went meow, and the dog went woof, 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 and the pig went oink, 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 and Josh went a little bit crazy. He put them all into the house, and he literally raced, all the way back to where lived the wise woman. He knocked on the door. I was about to go to sleep. Oh my goodness, young man, look at you. You look terrible. Well, of course I look terrible. My house is too noisy. You mean nothing of what I did work? No, come see yourself. So she and he went all the way over to the house, and she could hardly get in. It was so crowded. I don't know what to do with my house. And then he said, wait. And she did. For what? Listen to this. That she put her ear inside the house, this is what she heard. Well, for sure, the leaves on the roof went rustle, 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 and the bed went squeak, and the floor went creak. But now the pig went oink, and the dog went woof, 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 and the cat went meow. And I said, it's so noisy. And she had to agree. And then she said, you know what? I think you need to get rid of all those animals. But first, he very politely walked her home. And he said, good night to you. And she said, sleep tight, my friend. And he went back to his house and he put the cat out. Meow. And he put the dog out. Woof, woof, woof. And he put the pig out. Oink, oink, oink. And then he went into his house. He put his head on the pillow. And even though the leaves on the roof went rustle, 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 and the bed went squeak, and the floor went creak, he fell sound asleep. Because, really wasn't so noisy after all. And that, my good friends, is always the truth. Could always be worse, but not for you. I would like to thank all of you for coming and listening to our story. If you watch us on YouTube or Facebook, if you have been listening as we are broadcasting right now, I thank you for coming. You can listen to us on the podcast as well. I'd like to also pay special thanks to my friend Leota, who lent me her hat a long time ago, and I kept it with me. And of course, to my friend Heima, who I will always love, even if I can't give her a real hug. And to my producer, my director, my assistant creator, Romy, I say thank you so much. And remember, sometimes, my friend, even when the music is loud or gentle, you have to listen carefully and look carefully, and everything will be, hats off to you, okay. Bye for now.